Hi and welcome to my channel. This video is a show and tell of my latest piece that you'll find in the Etsy shop, and if you stay tuned, the second half of the video is a sped up version and a voiceover of the actual process I used to create the piece. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy. Hi everyone, Lolly here. Tonight's video is a show and tell of my latest project. I went to the Goodwill store. I couldn't help it. I've been waiting long enough, and I found this 7 Gypsies little shadow box, and I never buy them at Hobby Lobby even with a coupon because they're kind of expensive, so this was my little find. And then I found and these were all laying like in a different department than what you would think they would be in. They were with the vinyl albums. A whole set of these little ABC little chipboard pieces. So I said, oh, those are so cute. So I got home and I decided that they should all live together. So this is what I've come up with. I took the box, which was white, and I distressed it. Mostly what I used is this antique linen throughout the piece. On the chipboard pieces, on the wood, different elements, I've used this antique linen distress ink. But you could use any other color if you wanted to do one as well. So just kind of go over it just a little bit. Each block I cut out scrapbook paper, and then can't really see it, but I did some watercoloring on each piece just to add a little splash of color here and there. So doesn't really show, I know it's there. You can see it in little places there, just to add a little bit, kind of spread the colors out a little bit. So, and then I put the chipboard pieces on, just different little elements just to give it some color. And here I put the little grommets in, eyelets, sorry. Just a little words that I had. These pieces came with it. I put it on there. Okay, so I have added this little piece of ruler came with the little chipboard set. These are little clock pieces again that I had. These are just different pieces, and I just put them together in their little sections, or little boxes. I've also added the metal corners here, and the handle was already on the box, of course. It's a metal handle there. Again, those are Scrabble pieces that have the little brads put in there. These are just little, they're kind of a plasticky, had the different words on there that I added to it. Here's one of the little chipboard words here. The safety pins were black, and the doll that I'm working on, I rusted, I painted them to look rusty. I used this paint, actually, put them on the safety pins and made them a gold color, so they were just regular black safety pins. So that's what I've done with those, and that's what they used to look like. Okay, so this is just some glass tiles that I have, this little hello piece that I have. So just try to add different metal, glass, different elements in there to kind of give it a little balance. The ABC 123, that is part of the set, of course. Some of these are raised on either this one's on little pieces of wood that I had, and the rest are on the tape here, and then several layers on most of them so that they pop up off the board a little bit. So I'm in love with this piece. I have 2 other projects that I'm working on that I just stopped everything just to come home and get this one finished up. I have never done one before, and those pieces all just went together so well. I was lucky enough to have, I think the Scrabble letters look really cute on there. The little bicycle paper clip, I think I just ended up having just the right elements for it, and this one came together. It's taken me a couple of days to do, but it's 105 here in Texas, so haven't really been out of the house this weekend to do much of anything, so it's too hot. So this is my latest piece. You'll find it in my, anyway, that's where you'll find it, in my Etsy store. But I hope you enjoy it. If you try one, I watched videos on how to do them and kind of get started, and there are some women that were actually making their own boxes out of cardboard, so I was shocked. I have a shadow box that I'm working on, waiting for the glass to come in right now so I can cut the glass. So I've been working on this, and it's just a box, but to work on this with a different little section, so you could just make little, kind of like, I guess, a vignette or something, but each little area have its own little story to tell, was really fun. So anyway, I will put some close-up pictures for you. I don't want to make anybody too dizzy by moving. So, oh, I can hear the dog in the background. So anyway, just wanted to share this with you, also get it posted in the shop. But it was really fun, and I love it. I think it came out so cute. And there you go. You can kind of see the watercolor on this piece a little bit, and then on this one. So I tried to pick different papers that look like old-fashioned wallpaper, and then build from there, and the watercolor just added a little more color. So thank you again for spending time with me and watching my video to look at my latest piece, ABC's 123's. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Process that I went through to create this project. In this first part, I'm distressing the shadow box. It was a pretty bright white color. My style is normally that I kind of distress and grunge things up a little bit, but I did watch videos, and the bright colors, it's really pretty. So whatever your style is. But going forward here, I just sped it up just so that I could show you what I did to create the project. It is mostly, once I get this done, it's just laying out the paper. I cut the different paper hoping that it would look like old-fashioned wallpaper, and then I distressed that, and then I didn't film it because I sat here one night watching TV, and I did some watercolor on each of the squares of paper, and you can't see it very much in the project, but I know it's there. I'd added the wet on the paper, added a little texture, made the paper feel a little bit different, and also just give it a little touch of color. Like I said, you can't really see a lot of it. Some of it can, but at least I know it's there, and it's the extra little touches that when you put into a project, I think that makes them extra special for the person who ends up with the piece. So, and here it is, the little chipboard pieces that I bought. Again, they were in the vinyl album section, like it was just waiting for me to pick it all up, and maybe somebody was going to make this project and change their mind. But the pieces were adorable, and I couldn't resist coming home and just starting on this project right away. So some of it will look different in the end, just for a couple of days. You know, you just move pieces around and try and decide what you like. And then once I would find metal pieces or beads or something here in my stash, then, you know, the arrangement would become a little bit different. So you can see the little white bottle there. It has a little gravel in it, but it stuck out over the piece, so I ended up taking that little bottle out. So I felt like it just was not the right size. I tried putting little colored pencils in there. I didn't really like that. A piece of chalk, I didn't like that either. So I just really spent some time. Even when I was gluing it down, it was just like new ideas would come, and then everything would get rearranged again. So, but that's what most of the process was. It's the pieces did the work. All I had to do was find some little extra bits here and there in my stash and add to it. So other than that, the little chipboard pieces, it didn't have a name. All they were just in their plastic bag. So I don't know who made the little plastic pieces. Maybe it was Seven Gypsies also. I just don't know. They were just in a little bag. So I'm not really sure of that part. But I hope I run across them again. They were really cute. So here I'm just showing you that I have the little brads on there. They look like little buttons. And I've added that to the pieces as well. Just distressing them. Just adding, they're already kind of an antique vintage look to them. Just wanted to cover up some of the cardboard on the chipboard on the sides. And I don't have a crocodile that does all the fancy eyelets and all of that. I have just my old tools that I use for leather, things like that. They work perfectly well. Here I'm just adding some tea-dyed kind of like cotton material that I had. Just adding it here to the tag. And I'm going to start gluing the paper down. And so I'm just using my tacky glue. I used E6000 and my tacky glue most of here because that's mostly what I had on hand, and I felt like the tacky glue was going to handle all of the parts that the E6000 didn't. I think that came off of a picture frame, but it worked perfectly, securing the paper down to the board and getting tight up against the corners. So I don't know what it came off of, but it was a perfect fit for that. I have some little wood pieces here that I wanted to just go ahead and use them to raise up the chipboard piece. I do have the foam tape, but here I just wanted to try the little wood pieces, and I try to use up things that I have in my stash as well. So you can use bits of cardboard or anything that you have in your stash or around your house as well. I just want to raise it up off of the board a little bit just to give it a little dimension. And those little plastic pieces with the words, I also believe I got them at a thrift store a long time ago, and they've been in my stash for a while. So I've been adding those here and there. So these are just pictures of the end product. And again, the process was just mostly putting all the pieces together.